Automotive luggage is a very rare and artful accessory that we enjoy seeing here at Miller Motorcars on all the various brands that we carry. Behind me we have luggage from Ferrari, Alfa Romeo, as well as Pagani, Bugatti, Aston Martin, and many others. Typically this luggage is either made in England or made in Italy. Some come by a single set or also by a multi-set. It's something that perhaps you would order on special request when you're commissioning a special car, perhaps a hypercar, or something that you get to see on the secondary market when you're buying that special car you always dreamed of, and you see it on the window sticker and it has it. It's really something unique that brings back memories, has a lot of symbolism with travel and art, and usually it's beautifully integrated into the design of the car so that it has a specific place and where it's kept. Pagani makes 7 different various pieces for the Huayra Coupe, and these pieces are actually used by owners when we do various road trips and go away for an extensive week. Pagani Automobili and Schedoni commissioned a very special set of luggage for the one-off Pagani Huayra BC Macchina Volante, going above and beyond to take that special tartan fabric from the Juan Manuel Fangio Grand Prix racer, including it with this beautiful blue leather, Alcantara, and especially that blue carbon fiber that was specially tinted for the car. I will say it's the most exquisite set I've ever seen of any luggage in the world. It really makes this car that much cooler by having this beautiful luggage set. Beside me is a beautiful grouping of Aston Martin luggage, and these sets are unique because they have patina, they have a bit of wear on them. They also have these stickers on them that give it character. But if you look at the liner and the richness of the work, it's beautiful, and it's just fun to kind of go back in time and imagine this was the style of the 80s. You look at some of the newer luggage pieces and they don't typically have this kind of look and style, but very fun. One of my favorite sets of this special feature. The luggage is made only by a few remaining producers, such as Schedoni in Modena, a multi-generational family business in making pieces for like the McLaren Speedtail, for example, or Pagani or Ferrari, you name it. They're really focused on innovating, designing, all done by hand, and highly recommend to check out Schedoni. Perhaps we can have a conversation with Simone Schedoni so he can tell us a bit more about the family history, what they do firsthand.
Simone!
Ciao, Evan, how are you?
I'm doing well, It's good to see you. You look happy and healthy.
Yeah, well, actually, it has been a challenging time. The last few months has been challenging, but thanks God, everyone is doing okay here at Schedoni. The family, employees, everyone is good and back to work finally.
So, Simone, question for you.
Yes.
When was Schedoni founded? What year?
Actually, I'm the 4th generation of the family and working leather, and the company, it's a 5-generation company, and it has been created and founded back in 1880. So, it's this year we are celebrating 140 years of activity.
I think, what's so fascinating is the history of the brand is celebrating 140 years. Right. You're a 4th generation. Your son, who I've met, is 5th generation.
Actually, my nephew, my sister's son, Alessio, who is the head of R&D at Schedoni. He's, the 5th generation. My son is doing university right now. Hopefully, he will join us in a few years' time. Okay.
Well, I know it's a family bond, and
indeed,
there's so much history about some of the glory days. This not just to the times of you doing automotive luggage, but what were you guys doing from the beginning of your history to 1977?
Right. Actually, my great-grandfather, Simone Schedoni, back in 1880, opened a shoe shop in a little town called Formigine, which is a small village between Modena and Maranello. And he kept the production and gave it to his son, which is my grandfather. And so my grandfather's shoe factory, was he ran the company until end of the 60s, when my father, the third generation, changed the production focus from shoes. He started to produce travel bags, suitcases, ladies' handbags, wallets, small leather goods, and so he was distributing through a network of shops. Then by chance, we started the cooperation with Ferrari because my uncle bought in 1976 a Ferrari 308, and he wanted to drive the car for a 10-day journey throughout Tuscany, the region of Tuscany, but he couldn't find luggage that would fit the long and narrow trunk of the car, and he would either find travel bags which were too big or too small for the trunk. So he asked my father, "You are in the luggage business. Why don't you come up with a custom fitted luggage?" My father said, "Sorry, I have no time." But then in secret, he went to take measurement of the trunk of the car and came up with the luggage, which was our Christmas gift to my uncle on Christmas Eve of 1976. So we all get together. We always have a dinner of about 25, 30 family members that night. And 1976, we gave my uncle the gift of this 4 pieces, a set of luggage. And he was so happy. And actually, the next day, on Christmas Day, Mr. Amerigo Manicardi, which was the sales director of Ferrari in those years, was having a Christmas lunch at my uncle's home. And before sitting on the table and eating tortellini, my uncle said, "Come, I show you something interesting I got last night as a gift." He took him to the garage, opened the trunk of the 308 and showed him the luggage. And actually, Mr. Manicardi was so impressed because the luggage was using the 100% of the spaces of the trunk. And my father, in January 1977, was asked to go to Maranello and take measurements of the 400 and the 512 BB, which were the other 2 models of the Ferrari road car range of those era. Since then, every time Ferrari created a new car, we made luggage, apart for a very few models, but we have for all, otherwise we have done a luggage for the F40, the 288 GTO, F40, F50, 458, many cars, that Ferrari has been created, up to the new Ferrari Roma, which is a car for which Ferrari is launching a new set of luggage, beautiful, designed by famous designer Mark Newson in London.
Wow. So you guys, great, amazing history with Ferrari. And,
yes. And we thank you, Simone, for all the time that you've given us to talk about your business, your passion, and the history of Schedoni. So we look forward to keeping in touch, Simone, and thanks again. And buonanotte to you and your family, okay?
Grazie mille. Thank you, Evan, and to the Miller Motorcars team. Thank you so much. Grazie mille.
It's a pleasure. Good night. Thank you.
Arrivederci.
With the great array of luggage that we see, we give great thanks to the manufacturers and producers that have crafted them. We hope that you use these pieces, go for a drive, create long-lasting memories for a lifetime.